Hey guys, do you want to swag your spells like this or destroy your opponents just like this or completely wreck their base just like that? Then keep watching a video till the end. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Sparsh coming back today with another questions video, and in this video guys, we will recap the war between Indian warriors and why so Golem, and we will also learn Sui Laloon, and I will give you some pro tips, some master tips on this strategy. So let's get right into this guys. Okay guys, so I have watched the attacks by Indian warriors and they are fantastic with this strategy, and from their attacks I have extracted some of the points that can help you with the strategy. So the point number one is which base to attack with the strategy guys. We all know base selection is very much important, which strategy to go with on which base. So Sui Laloon is effective on the bases with the CC is lurable guys. The CC can be killed by your heroes. This strategy can work for you, and the queen has to be taken down as well. You all know how important it is to take down the queen in such kind of attacks. So take down the queen by your heroes, or you can even use a skeleton spell. We will talk about that later on, but you have to take down at least one of the air defenses as well. It would be quite good for your Laloon to clear the base then. And what should be the objectives of your suicide heroes guys? What you have to achieve with your heroes? So it should be to take down the CC guys and take down at least one or two air defenses and take down opponent queen if possible. I'm saying if possible over here with your heroes, but still it is mandatory to take down the opponent queen, and you can probably do it with a skeleton spell in your army composition. We will talk about that in point number 3. So the point number 3 coming over here is army composition guys. Obviously quite important which tools to use. So 2 to 3 hounds, 20 to 25 loons, and 6 to 10 minions, 5 to 7 wall breakers, 1 rage, 1 heal, 5 haste. And in CC you can take a hound and a poison as well, but if you can't actually get the opponent queen with your heroes, I will suggest taking a skeleton spell, a max skeleton spell in your CC, and get the opponent queen all done with your Laloon, and drop your skeleton spell when your loons are flying over the opponent queen, and if needed even use the rage spell over there. And I'll give you some pro tips now guys, and then we will directly move into the replays. Okay guys, now moving towards the tips. The tip number 1 is use a heal spell when your loons reach a high splash damage area like visit tower. If the base has like 2 to 3 visit towers at the same spot guys, you can heal a heal spell over there, and that would be quite effective to deal with that particular area. The point number 2 is break down your attacks in parts guys. Don't deploy all your hound and your loons all at once. So you have to kind of do it surgically guys. You will see exactly how to do it in the video, so don't you worry about that. And use the haste spell to push your loons to the defensive quickly, and yes, you will see that point in the video as well. Always go clockwise or anti-clockwise guys. You don't really need to break your attacks like one point on the north side, one on south side. You have to kind of do it clockwise or anti-clockwise and do it in a circular motion guys. That should be always good for you. And if the visit towers are on the sides, you can distract them by 1 to 2 loons. So if your loons are kind of approaching a visit tower, you can cleverly deploy 1 or 2 loons on the side of the visit tower to distract it, and probably saving your loons from taking the high visit tower damage guys. And now let's move right into the replays guys. Alright guys, let's just go ahead and watch some of the replays of Sui Laloon, and then we will go ahead and watch the rest of the attacks by Indian warriors guys. So we have Akash going against Lord Knight Fury over here, 9v9 attack with the same Sui Laloon strategy. The army composition is in the range that I gave you in the beginning, and yes guys, remember the points that I told you in the beginning of the video, the tips as well, and what are the objectives and all that stuff. So he has now used his heroes and wall breakers to break in through that wall, would be luring down the CC with his heroes, and you can see the enemy queen was in the range of the Sui heroes. That's why he went with this strategy, and also one of the air defenses was approachable by his heroes. That's why it was perfect choice to go in with Sui Laloon on this base guys. And now what we have is queen is taking down some of the trash buildings, and soon the Lalo potion would be coming. There we go, 3 groups of loons would be coming down with 1 max lava hound from the CC guys, and they were in a circular motion guys. Keep in mind you have to go in circular motion it could be either clockwise or anti-clockwise, doesn't really matter, and use your haste spells to push your loons towards the defenses, guys. He was quite unlucky to miss out that air defense because it was a pretty staggered compartment for the air defense, but rest of the things were looking fine for him. Just 2 lava hounds, guys, just 2 lava hounds is what he used, and look at that, he has absolutely destroyed most of the base and still having 1 heal spell, 1 raise spell and 1 haste spell, guys. And the loons are doing fine, the lava hounds are doing fine as well. Just a couple of more point targeting defenses left, and that hidden Tesla as well, a Tesla farm actually, and a raise spell goes down and the heal spell would be coming down as well. And yes guys, pretty simple attack if you execute it well. And yes guys, let's just put it on the 2x speed and then we will go ahead and watch the rest of the attacks as well. Alright guys, you just saw how easy it is to use a Sui Laloon attack if you know how to do it. So again, we have another example coming in from Thunderbird this time, guys, and this time we are going to use actually four of our lava hounds, guys. This wasn't quite needed, you will see that why later on in the video, but yes, you can probably use if you are comfortable with that according to the basis. Obviously he used one of the wizards on either side of his king to get a funnel and wall breaking in, and see on this base, guys, the CC was lurable, the archer queen was gettable from this position, and also 1 air defense. So what it calls for, guys, come on, you guys know it already, Sui Laloon attack, right? And yes guys, we would be popping the queen's ability and getting the appointed queen and an additional archer tower. And now we will go in a circular motion from the top side, guys, with the max lava hound coming from the CC and surgical deployments, guys. Keep that thing in mind, surgical deployments, and you don't really need to break your attacks in the parts. And yes, I gave you another tip on the heal spell part. If you have a high splash damage area, you can counter that using a heal spell, and this should be a good example for that. You can see 2 of the wizard towers in the core, and Thunderbird would be using a heal spell there to counter that, and also a haste spell to push in through deep. And there we go, guys, the 3 of the lava hounds are still standing. Just 1 of the lava hound has popped, and he still has a rage spell, still has a haste spell, and yes guys, he has gone through most of the way, so we can probably go ahead and put it on the 2x speed so we don't really stretch this video too long. So let's go, guys, let's go. Okay guys, we will go ahead and watch yet another replay that will clear the point how to get the queen if she is in the core or not actually gettable by your heroes, guys. So Thunderbird with another example over here, using 1 minion to lure out the CC and 1 wizard to get a funnel, and his heroes of course to get the CC. And you can see, guys, the air defense over here is gettable as well, so he would be using his 2 heroes to get that. He could have actually broken in using some wall breakers and got that second air defense as well, but he didn't want you to do that because of some pathing reasons, I guess so, guys. I'm not too sure why, but anyways, so he actually clipped on to that air defense as well with the queen, and he won't be actually starting with the Lalo as soon as won't be actually starting with the Lalo until he's sure that his heroes are all done with the job. And yes, popping the queen's ability, now the heroes are all done, and we would be starting the Laloon from the top side of the base, and this time anti-clockwise, guys. And there we go, a group of loons is coming, and 3 groups actually, and then we will have our lava hounds. There we go, lava hound 1 and 1 lava hound from the CC, and the 3rd lava hound as well, pushing into deep, guys, and having the haste spells to push them towards the defenses. And keep an eye on that skeleton spells, guys, how it will go down. There we go, we have the raise spell down on the queen. The queen is now in the raise spell, and we drop max skeleton spells, guys, 1 max skeleton spell, and they would be ensuring that we get the enemy queen. There we go, they are now targeting the queen. Just focus on that, and boom, there she goes out. And Thunderbird absolutely overwhelming this base, guys. Nothing much left, just the cleanup. So let's put it on the 2x speed yet again, guys, and I hope it is all clear to you how to do Sui Laloon. So go ahead, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't.
All that you want is so loud.
Alright guys, so that's it with 9v9 hits. Now let's just go ahead and watch a 10v10 hit and also a 12v12 hit to cherish this moment for Indian Warriors. So let's go guys. We have Prince of War going against Mangila Gorilla, and guys, a Queen Walk Stone Slammer attack, and this was a pretty good attack as well. That's why it is making its way towards the video guys. We will have the Queen Walk coming in from the right side of the base, and yes guys, just look at the funnel he got over here. So using one of the baby dragons on the right side, and he would be using his king and a couple of wizards on the left hand side to get the funnel, and then he would be pushing in his slammer to open up the path for the queen and also to assist her to get down the CC and also the enemy queen guys. A troll Tesla over there, kind of making it hard for Prince of War, but he will have to invest a couple of Hog Riders over there to get it all done. There we go. Now we have the king all set with the funnel, and look at that guys, no way for the queen to go but inside the base, and the Stone Slammer would be now working its way to get down the walls and also some of the defenses. There we go, boom, one shot, 2 layers down, and queen can now move towards the core guys, and in the compartment where the CC and the queen are present. So there we go, poison spell comes down and a rage spell is already there for the Valkyries, and they would be getting the opponent queen and some of the skeletons, but the witches were kind of lucky to get back on the wall, and that will kind of create some of the troubles for the queens as the poison spell would be running out as well. And Prince of War kind of actually wasted some of the time over here and will have to pop the ability as well, but kudos to him for getting a 3-star on this base. There we go, popping the ability, and a rage spell comes down as well. The witches actually got a good value from that queen, but anyways guys, now look at the Hog Riders, right? We don't really need to go surgical over there. We can just spam them because it was a too symmetrical base guys, over symmetrical base. And yes guys, the queen was doing all well. There we go, she got to the core, and now we will use the heal spells, and also the minions are doing the fine job with the cleanup already. Not much time was left on the attack either, but yes guys, that was enough to go through the base and still having the last heal spell guys, and most of the base has been taken down. Just a few final defenses left, and enemy king is kinda creating some issues for the Hoggies, but we have the queen, and there would be a queen would be actually sniping them down, and a poison coming down for those skellies will have no issues picking off a 3-star guys. Last heal spell would come down just now guys, and we don't really have anything much except the cleanup, so let's just go ahead and put it on the 2x speed guys. Alright guys, moving towards the final attack of this video, and probably the difference between both sides, a 12v12 triple guys, and this would be a Jibo V I think. And yes guys, a layer of giants is now working their way, and a P.E.K.K.A was also included. That was quite interesting for wiping out the left hand side of the base. Eagle artillery is all popped up, and now we have our bowlers and the wrecker moving inside. The heroes are not yet used. They would be coming down behind the wrecker to ensure that they make their way towards the core guys. We are having a heat spell, 2 rage spells, a jump spell, a poison, and a free spell. One of the free spell goes down just now guys, and the CC is coming down. We have the poison ready for them, and we have already used a rage spell, and now we have a heal spell coming in as well. And heroes abilities are still alive. We have the warden's ability all intact as well, and we would be using it in some danger areas. You will see that later on. And now freezing that Giga Tesla guys, and the rage spell is down as well. Now using the warden's ability to ensure that the troops don't actually die off that Giga Tesla. And yes guys, tornado trap making some issues for him, but a lot of troops are still alive guys, and that jump spell will allow the reach towards the last compartment. And again guys, the base got completely overwhelmed. We still have the queen's ability, and I'm not too sure if it would be needed anymore. We just have 2 of the archer towers left and 2 of the hidden Teslas as well. So let's just go ahead and put it on the 2x speed guys, and a massive shout out to Indian Warriors for letting me recap this war and also make a video out of it for Sui Laloon guys. So thank you so much to Indian Warriors, and they're absolutely brutalizing with these attacks guys. And yes guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.